Boo-doo! Bow! Saturday night. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is Saturday, March 25th, 2022. Seems to be an absurd number of twos this year. I agree. I'm the Drunk Poker. 'Tis beer time. So, it's Saturday night. I don't work tomorrow. I work today, though. It's busy. Y'all's hungry. So I have many beers to drink tonight. Many beers. And we're going to start with a small beer, big taste, from our friends, Dominion City. Got a Dominion City order. They got an app now. You got an app. Just go on an app, order some beers. Deliver it 2 days. 7% alcohol. Flying V IPA. Cascade, Simcoe, and Citra Cryo hops. Honk, honk, honk. Inspired by the timeless tradition of ODR and the rich legacy of the Mighty Ducks, Flying V is brewed with loads of oats and heavily hopped with local Cascade, Simcoe, and Citra Cryo. Why am I reading the back of the can? I have no idea. I just like it. And it has like a little Dominion City fighting geese. Honk, honk. Flying V. Why not? I ordered beer from Dominion City because they're like, we have a new app, and if you order, you get 10% off. And I was like, well, I like a deal. It's like, you weren't going to order beer, though. But I'm like, yeah, but 10% off. And they also had double dry hop sun split, which we'll probably get into tomorrow or the next day. Probably the next day. I don't know. I don't really have a plan. I'm not that smart. Who knows? I'm using my Prud'homme glass because I'm fancy. It's going to be smooth. You get the oats in there. It's a smooth beer. Let's get into it. Cheers, my friends. It's Saturday night. Let's let her rip, boys. Get pucks in deep. Get pucks in deep. Cheers. So here's the thing. I go out there, just give 110% every beer. 110%, but I take it one beer at a time. Right? Like, I got a lot of good assists from breweries and from glassware. And, Mrs. Polk puts me to bed at night. It's all about the team, man. It's all about giving 110%. You get pucks in deep. You got to get the cycle on. I don't know what's going on anymore. This is a good beer. Nice, smooth beer. Like I said, we're looking for that kind of a fluffy feel, right? But it definitely has a ton of hops going on. A lot of peach, grapefruit, nice pithiness. Very much, it's an easy drinking 7% beer, which is a scary way to start your night. You're like, well, where do we go from here? Only going to go up. And I'm like, we started pretty friggin' high. Like, that's the problem. When you start off with a really great beer and you're like, oh, man. Because you don't want to go down, like in quality or an ABV. But, I could go down in ABV as long as the quality stays high. So now the challenge has become, how do you continue this trend of good beer? It's just a nice beer. It's a nice IPA. It's not quite like a hazy. It's hazy. But it's not quite like super soft. It does have a nice bit of bite to it, which I like. But yeah, orangey. Got orangey going on there too. I can't even... I tell you right now. When the Leafs win the cup, I don't know how many times I've said that. Come on. They're playing the Canadiens for the 800th time tonight. We only lost 799 of them. We're due. Have a good night, my friends. Polk loves you. Be nice to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Cheers. Get you some Dominion City. They make fine beers. Fine Canadian beers.